Workers. This is Senior Honcho, and we're back with our morning coffee. Let's go fill our cup up. Lots to do today. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's good. All right. First sip. All right. Well, I did a little work yesterday. Um, just to prep for today's show. Um, talked about the hypertube cannons yesterday and setting up a hypertube cannon network. I forgot I did have one here, but I only have the one. Um, so what I did is I set up a few. Let's see, let's take a look over here. So I kind of set up these hypertube cannon towers, and eventually what I'll do is I may have a couple in each direction. That'll allow us to basically shoot ourselves to our different what I'm going to call cities. And there's a reason I'm going to call them cities, and we'll get into that in a bit. As part of our plutonium processing, I think we may scrap this idea for right now, and I'll tell you why. Um, we know the save is set up kind of like this, just this kind of spaghetti mess of things. So I was working with, I had this idea to work with AI yesterday and kind of try and logistically figure some things out on a different kind of setup. And the idea is, let's get up high so we can kind of see the map a little bit. At least a couple different areas, and this will be a good example of what I'm talking about. Alright. So you see, we're kind of set up in these like small clusters of factories around certain points. Right? So we have like our base area here. We've got our rocky desert area out here. Um, and then we also have like our South Shore area over there that we've set up. Oh, I could go even higher. I've got, that looks like a watchtower up there. Let's go check that out. This is something I didn't know I had in the save. Because I don't really remember how far I actually explored in this one. Um, which leads me to something else I did yesterday, which was I completed a rail loop around um, the world. So we now have the makings or the beginnings of a main line for our rail, because I was looking for hard drives to process. Because I did start processing some hard drives for some alternate recipes that we're missing. Now this is a dangerous thing to kind of do. I did this probably to drive up here. I'm gonna switch to my other pack. Okay, because there are some nasties up here I want to be able to get away from. Where was that tower at? I know I saw the shadow of a tower somewhere. Where was it? Oh, it's over there. I see it. Oh, that was not a good idea. Alright, that was let's repair that damage. And take a sip of coffee before we head over there. Oh, that's so good. Okay, here we go. Going for a run. Oh, there's one of our drives done. How did I... Oops. I tried past the ladder, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Okay, perfect. Yes. Now we can kind of see our stuff here. So you can see up here we've got the beginnings. We've got a city kind of going on up here already. We have a city out there going, kind of. But if you combine it with the side of the field that's more of a city, we have definitely a city type thing going on here that maybe we extend out to these as well. You know, you could call this a whole city there. And then we have some more things going on the south side, um, over by the oil. We have the beginnings of a city there, um, and also out in the grass fields, we have another one set up as well. We're going to lean into that for the save because it's already kind of clustered. Sorry, I had to concentrate on that to make sure I didn't end up killing myself. Free falls kind of freak me out a little bit, but I like doing it. It's kind of, I guess it's that skydiving rush, right? You're like free falling through the air, but you want to make sure you don't die on the way down. Okay, so there's a bunch of different things we're going to need to do for layout, and I don't even want to consider the platinum processing right now, so we're gonna take that right off the list. This is because we're gonna end up moving that into its own city. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and this out. These other ones, this is this is gonna be for a temp. This is a temporary. Actually, I think we're gonna take this one out. We're not gonna mess with that for right now. We have a temporary factory there right now. We will just take stuff over as needed when we want new things. We do need this to get to phase 5 because when we do, first priority is going to be to get to phase 5. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this down as our new objective. Get to phase 5. And then that's going to require this new line. Then we're going to start working our new rail system and our city planning. And we'll get into that more as we go. And we could start doing some of that now. And we'll start talking about some things as once we finish this and we're waiting on parts to be delivered. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to rip out this manufacturer because this is not needed. We don't need this battery line. Because batteries, for the most part, have become obsolete. If you look at the battery, it's only used in an alternate recipe now. And so making batteries is really only useful as a fuel for drones. You know, so it becomes a fuel type, and one that you can't use the extras for anything. So it's kind of, and they're expensive to make. So we may shut down our battery production unless we use it as drone fuel, because it is a good drone fuel. Alright, so the item that we want to make here is going to need an assembler. And let's go ahead and lean into our other placement, but I want to go ahead and throw a few of these down. Can I fit 3? I can't. I can if I space it out a little better. We have an assembler here. Let's go ahead and just go off of that one. Oh. Sorry, this was in the way. Okay. I like that better. Because then I can load balance this out. Let's see. Need a lift. And then a splitter on here. And a splitter going that way. And a splitter coming in this way. And then a splitter here. Belt this up. Okay. We are going to need these control rods still coming in. So I'm going to bring those to our bottom one. Our other belt is not going to be whatever this is. I don't think. We'll figure that one out. Let's take a look at what the other... Oh, the other piece is going to be our... versatile framework, I think. Yes. Oh, and we need to start producing those again. I think we're not producing those anymore. Alright, let's get these wired to the ceiling. Okay, those are powered and ready to go. Let's go ahead and move up. Where are these coming from? Oh, we don't have those coming from anywhere. Hook these up to the warehouse. That's turbos. Batteries. PC boards. This is why you need to label your warehouses. Oh goodness. Okay, well, we should put like a sign on each floor that has what's on each level. Where? Oh shoot. Are we just dumping them? What's this? Okay. Good. Man, we have a lot of RCUs backed up on this belt. A lot of fuse modular frames too. Nice. Okay. Alright. I see ya. Is this running or not? Oh no, it's not. It's prepped for running. No, that's a shame because it's all gonna move. You heard me. At the end of all of this, we are moving our space elevator production to a new city. What do we got here? Motors. Okay. Motor. Got a motor. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna motor crossed. What is coming in on this car? I don't know, but we're gonna find out right here. What is you? RCUs? Oh, okay. What? Why are we using... Oh, turbo motors. Turbo motors. Rubber. Where? What the hell is this? Are we delivering motors? No, we're making motors here. Splitting there, coming up. Why are... Well, this is just... Oh. This is just weird. Okay, I'm coming into the smart splitter. Oh, from the warehouse. What? And that... Is that coming... I can't trace this. What the heck is going on? We're making motors here, right? Yes. Comes out to this. Splits this way. That goes to a train car for other factories. This one comes into a merger from other places. Why, what's this one coming from? This is an output? No, that's RCUs. The belt's not even connected to that. That's just spaghetti. Okay. That one's incoming. Wait, this is a smart splitter. Okay. Yes, so that's outgoing to up there for some reason. Alright. What is, so we're merging in some okay, got it. We're making sure that we're getting motors either in from that train or from this on-site factory and pushing it this way. But are we not? But oh, and then this one would go into storage. Got it. Okay. So we have backup motors. Wow. What a mess. That is so convoluted. So what are we doing with our electronic control rods? That's the real question. So I think if we check on... I'm pretty sure we're picking them up with our warehouse train. So if we take a look at the timetables and we pull our warehouse runner and we take a look, it's going to Nuke Park pickup. Nuke Park pickup. And it's picking up our control rods and batteries. This is a different train. So when that gets delivered, all of the stations get merged into this belt. So this is our feed belt here. And that comes down. This was a local feed, and we could get rid of that merger, but and this we can get rid of. We're not doing anything with that. Just clean up some of the clutter. And all of that gets merged and goes into our sorting line. Okay, so this is still a good design for a warehouse. It's just that I was bringing too much stuff in here. So we got computers, Turbos in copper powder. Battery in nothing. Circuit boards in nothing. Stators in nothing. Cable, nothing. Heavy modular frames. Fused modular frames. Cooling systems. Nothing. Electronic control rods are supposed to go here. But we've been neglecting that. Which means all of the electronic control rods that we have been delivering have been going to the sink instead of where we want them, which is down there, over there. Now, unfortunately, we've got a spaghetti, add to the spaghetti mess here. But let's do this smart. Let's pull out small conveyor. And let's go down in between and deliver down this way. Try to reduce our clipping a little bit. And it's still going to look like spaghetti. Because we've got to come down here. And then, oh, actually, no, we didn't. Let's back up. Let's retrace this. We have a belt right there for it. We got to get to that belt. Which we can do easily if we just take that lift and turn it like about there. We don't have to really add to the spaghetti too badly. Okay, that will deliver that part. The other part we need was our versatile framework, and I don't believe that we are currently building versatile frameworks here. We looked for it yesterday and didn't find it. Therefore, we need to add another floor, and I believe it's an assembler recipe. Let's take a look. I believe it is. Yes. And that's going to take modular frames and beams, which I believe we already have in abundance here. Well, let's just build on top of this one. Oh, yeah. And lock that in, lift it up. Up more. That should be good. Zoom that. Because we're not going to make this look pretty. These are going to be temporary factories that we're going to relocate once we get to phase 5. And because they're going to be temporary, I just want to make them somewhat organized. I'm going to center this one, output going the other way. So that looks good there. And then drop in one on either side. Then we're going to load balance this. How did I load balance over here? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't hate that. Alright, let's do that. I lined up one with each of these. Come out a little bit. Did I? Oh yeah, and then I just put it in, and that makes sense. Enough for an elevator, or a lift. I don't know why I called it an elevator. Then, if I lock this in, I go up 2, 1, 2. That should be the lift height. And then, oops. Except I didn't shift it over to make it the height of the lift, or in line with the lift, and that's going to be important. So up 2, over 2, no, 3, 4, ooh, that's really close. You might have to come out a little bit more. There we go. Now we're lined up. We'll go ahead and take him up. We'll line him up too for just for symmetry. And with square belts, this becomes real, or straight belts, this becomes real easy to make nice and clean. What did I, oh, you kidding me? I turned it the wrong way. Up, H, up, up, over, 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 over. Yes. Alright, 3. Try this again. Why? Why do you hate me? I don't know why. Why did it make the shape on this side, but on this side it wanted to twist it around? So weird. Okay. Let's set our recipes. Grab a beam. I haven't done this style in this one yet, so it's kind of a one-off. 12. That's good enough. This is my outdoorsy style for things that are open air factories. Enclosed factories, it would be similar, but we'd have a floor above instead, or a roof. There's a pole. Oh look, you have one opening for me, thank you. Your sweetheart. Okay. Now all we need is to feed this parts, and that is done. And then we'll route our output into the next factory, and we will be cooking. So let's dig through our warehouse again. I'm pretty sure I didn't see frames on any of these. Let's see. They're here. We need to let's reposition these to a different spot in the warehouse, because I want it to come off of the, actually, where is our closest spot? One of these two here. If we pull it to one of these two, that would be ideal. The least amount of spaghetti. And we're not using this first slot because it interferes with our logistics, but this spot is open. So let's take this spot and turn him around, line him up with everybody. That's good enough. And our right output now is going to be modular frame. Like that. looks like we just got a delivery from somebody. And the other thing we're going to do is, since we have a container full of them here, yes, we're going to push those in across the warehouse like this. And we're just going to ugly belt this right now and let them flow in. That'll get us feeding those out to here. And we'll bring a lift down to just above here. And I think we're going to go ahead and bring him into the top, bottom. Which one? Bottom's a little more spaghetti belt. That's a little bit more perfect. But we don't know where our beam's coming from yet, so this is, like I said, we just need to get these parts delivered, so it doesn't really matter too much. We can commit some sins right now. Okay, now we need to find our steel parts. Where are my beams? Those are our control rods that we just set back up. Supercomputers, what's in that? Ammo. That is emptying. That is black powder. I may have taken the steel warehousing out. Are we still delivering steel? Pittsburgh Station. Picking up stators. Let's go ahead and pick up beams too, since we need beams. Steel beam. Save that. Okay, so now that will start coming in, and we need to sort that to a location. And what other openings do we have? This one, the third one in that line, is not going anywhere. What is the third one? 1, 2, 3. What do we got in here? We've got nothing in there. Oh, that's our we're not shipping in conversion cubes, we're making them on site. So this doesn't need to, oops. I still want that line in. Why are, is that ingot? Iron ingot. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why we're bringing that in. Okay, this is going to be steel beam. Perfect. Then, and I think I actually have some on me we can put in here. Yep. Go ahead and do that. While we wait. Now, to get into this one, I am going to bring a lift. I'm going to bring a lift out. And this is how doing it this way gets you into spaghetti conveyors constantly. What really you should have for something like this is some kind of drop system to where you're dropping everything down into like a delivery belt or something like that, possibly. I don't know. This is not an ideal warehouse layout. It got too congested too fast. However, oh, did I set the recipes on these? No, I did not. Get down here. Okay. Well, with the beam I put in, one of these should have been happy. Oh, maybe it wasn't enough? Where's our beam at? That's our third one in. Or did I not connect the... Oh, I put beam in it. Heck, man. What am I missing? Where did my beam go? Well, we mysteriously lost our beam. Well, that sucks. Alright. C'est la vie. Hopefully this works when we get some delivered. Let's go ahead and work our output. I want... I guess I'll do it the same as these. Center merge. And belted. Oh. Hurts my soul. There's a concept called broken windows, which is when you see something that doesn't conform to a standard, it becomes a broken window, which means it gives you justification for not doing things in a clean and orderly manner. It's kind of the, well, it's already broken, so I'm not breaking it more. I'm just following the style, this broken style that has been used before. And it's something that we talk about in coding all the time. So, you know, writing spaghetti code like these spaghetti conveyors it's a broken window, and if you continue to practice bad habits and break more windows, then you're just making the situation worse. And spaghetti belts are kind of an example of broken windows. Once you lay in one belt that doesn't conform to a nice clean manner, then it's like, well, I'm not doing it there, so why bother doing it anywhere else to have a clean belt transition between one spot to the next? So I'll just add in another strand of spaghetti, and another, and another, and another, and eventually you can't tell where things go, like over there when we were trying to trace where the motors were going. And then you just end up tearing it all down. Where is this rubber going? Into here. This belt is super slow. Where is it going? A long belt. Well, we're trucking it somewhere. Alright. Well, it's getting delivered faster now. Like, why? Yeah, why is this looping all the way around the factory to get over there? That doesn't make any sense. Oh man, I have a lot of rubber here. Okay. What? Oh. Oh, I see. It's not looping around the factory. It's coming in from being locally produced. I understand. Then it's being trucked somewhere else it's needed, hopefully. Okay. We're just waiting on steel beams to be delivered. And then this line should start kicking up. Oh, we didn't do our output from here. Let's grab some more plates. And we need to merge these three together. So there we go. That should deliver our last piece again. And we should be clocking out. Yeah, in those won't take long. We only need 50 of those. I say only, but we're almost at the point where we only need 50 of these too, but they take forever. And we're waiting on more copper powder from here. See, that's the thing. I'm not sure we are making enough copper powder, but it's delivering slowly. I think once we have all of that, I mean, we could look and see about producing more and shipping it in at a faster rate. It wouldn't be bad. We'd end up using it somewhere else as well. Okay, let's find out where warehouse runner is. And while we wait for our train, have a sip of coffee. Oh, let's see what our hard drive. Well, let's take a look and see how far away our drop off is. HVAC pickup and HVAC pickup, then extra cable, then Motor City, then warehouse. So we've got a few stops left before he shows up, and we still don't know if he's going to have steel beam on his train or not. So let's go check out what we found on our hard drive and pop another hard drive in. We got leached copper and recycled plastic. Leached copper, that's pretty useless. Recycled plastic can help balance some systems. I'm going to rescan this once just to see what we get. Oh, alternate turbo motor. But we really don't need to produce too many of these. Well, this is a way of using our batteries. This is our other battery use. Let's go ahead and unlock that since we are already producing batteries right now. We're going to pick that one. It's not great, but let's grab another hard drive. Where did I put them? Did I put them in my box? I had like 3 of them. Yeah. Grab another one of these. And... oh. Wrong thing. There we go. Okay, that is all set. Now we can go check on our train. Where's he at now? Extra cable. That's our other one. Which train is this? Roscoe P. Coltrane. I'm still not sure why Roscoe P is coming here. let's take a look at his timetable. He's just delivering coal here, but why is he delivering coal here? I don't think we have him actually doing anything. Coal Mountain, and what is he? Oh, compacted coal. Unload compacted coal. So he's coming in empty because we're probably using up all the compacted coal that we're doing. And what would we be using compacted coal for here? Fuel? What would that be for? Okay, we're making fuel here. Fuel and packaging it. Unpackaging it? What are we doing here? Packaging it. For nothing. Okay. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. We're also making fuel over here, but we're burning it off for power. That could be upgraded, but we're going to do that somewhere else. I have a plan for that. As long as we're bumping along okay power-wise right now, I'm not too worried about it. Speaking of, let's check our power situation. Oh yeah, we're good. We good. We've got a safety factor 2 right now. I wanted to see something. I want to get to 120 gigawatts, and we're at 8 gigawatts. Okay, I see. Yeah, if we just divide that by 1,000, that gets us to gigawatts. Close enough, anyway. So we're 8. Once we, if we want to be fairly comfortable, we should be at about 120 for our overall plan. 180 to 200 makes us not have to think about power for the rest of the game. Which is going to take us a bit to get there. Let's check in our train. Should be... Is this our guy? No, this is Roscoe bringing nothing to us. Motor City pickup. Okay. He's coming around the mountain, and he's going to end up going there. And that's the stop before us. Why do I have a random wire floating in the air? Good grief. That one at least is hooked up to something, but... so much mess to clean up. Okay, there is... I believe that's Warehouse Runner there. Yep, that's Warehouse Runner. He's coming into this station here. Then he's going to go all the way back down and loop back around to come in here. Instead of just coming this way. Just ridiculousness. You know, I could fix that. I could give him a route to go from here. Let's see. Do this. And this. See if I can find my connection point back here. Let's see if that shortcuts him over. Saves us some time. Look at that. We just cut a whole bunch of time off of his route by just adding in that one little piece of rail. Brilliant. Alright, let's see if we get steel beam off of him. Get a closer look at this belt. This is everything coming in. I didn't check to see if he's unloading steel beam. That would be unfortunate if I forgot. It looks like I may have forgot. I did. Alright, I gotta adjust this timetable. I did grab as much as I could. We'll go ahead and throw that in manually. That should be enough time. Warehouse runner, edit timetable, warehouse drop off, and yep, steel beam isn't one of the things. There we go. Save that, save that. Alright, well he picked it up. We got a bunch in there. That should be sorting down and that should fire up our line. Yep, we're green here. Green, green, green. Excellent. That should start producing our versatile frames. Bang, there it goes. And then down we go to here, and one of these should go green any moment. And we need 5 of them. Alright, we gotta wait for a couple to come in. Anytime now. Let's go. There we go. Here comes some more. Still not enough. We're at 4. We need one more round. Why? No. No, 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 no. Okay. Well, now I know what happened to all of our steel beam that we are waiting on. Gosh darn it. So it didn't disappear, we put it in the wrong box. That was just dumb. Hey, Mr. Glock. How's she going, eh? Did you, get to setting up your farm sim? Did you level up again in WoW yesterday? I'm gonna kill this belt. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna lay it back in. We're just gonna have to rebuild all these. Oh, I don't want... Good grief, man. Oh, Out of War. You know, I haven't played that in a while, since its early release. Ooh, that's our MAM drive finishing. I may have to give it another go, but I have so many games in my list to play in stream right now that I don't know if I want to add another one. I've been playing Mine Mogul. I'm actually doing a playthrough on that. That's in early development, and they just released an updated, bigger map, and was showing that off. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dump these control rods into one of these. And then I'll dump the rest of, I think, yeah. Then I'll go ahead and push. I'm going to split that once, and we'll put half in one, half in another. Where did... Oh, did I just put... Oh well, I put it all in one. Oh, what a dummy. Okay. I think we should be able to remove our ugly belt. Yes. So we can remove this now. And this should be an empty container. Yep. So we can remove this now. Excellent. That's black powder. We're probably not going to end up using that. That's going to have to get probably sent to the sink, I think. Because I think we're good on ammo. Because I have about half a container still of ammo. I could end up pushing it to a dimensional depot so that I have a stack there. And then I could do a manual line or something like that. That's turbo fuel. Where am I making turbo fuel at? Let's follow this belt, because that's the one feeding it. Maybe that's what I'm using the compacted coal for. Okay, that's turbo fuel. That's coming from over here. That is coming from here. No, here. Oh, that's just leftovers. Ah. Okay. Man. Wow. How do... What? How? I'm confused. Oh, this container isn't attached to anything. This container is the one feeding that. So wait a minute, I've got... Oh, that's the last of my turbo fuel. I've been burning it off. Interesting. That's what we were using the compacted coal for. Ha ha ha. I see. Oh, yeah. Well, I finally broke down and bought one farm stick because I have the Logitech farming heavy equipment bundle, which has a wheel with a suicide dump on it, a set of pedals, and a really cool side button panel that has a joystick on it. And so I use the heavy side panel as one of my joysticks, and then I use the farm stick as my other one. So like when I'm doing like lumber stuff or excavator, I'll switch to two stick mode instead of wheel, and then I'll just use wheel for drive and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff on my desk, but it works pretty good. So I'm curious. This, yeah, that's fuel in compacted coal. That's where we were using the compacted coal. Good to know. Okay. In the meanwhile, back in the city, we have started producing our magnetic field generators because we were at 450. We're now at 468, and oh, yep, we're green. Excellent. Everybody's happy. Good, good, good. And we're now should be delivering the parts that we need in order to keep that flowing. That will be done in no time. Well, let's go see what was on our hard drive. And turbo fuel blend. Excellent. That's a good one. We want this one. Because then we don't have to import compacted coal. We can bump it by going to... I don't know. That might not... It produces more, but I don't know if it's actually a better recipe now that I think about it. I think that one is the one we use for volume. But I think if we unlock the right one, we'll be able to skip to the better rocket fuel instead. So I have uh, a good uh, place to make a very nice um, rocket fuel power station that I put in our last save that we did on the morning coffee. I don't know if I ended up showing that off or not, but I got tired of having power problems in that save, so I kind of went ballistic on creating a fuel power generation system. You can actually skip nuclear power altogether doing a fuel power grid like that. You do have to build a lot more buildings though in order to match, because if you think about it, one nuclear reactor, let's see, if if we look up the nuclear reactor, I don't know if it tells us how much it generates. It does not. And I don't think the uranium fuel cell tells us either. No, it doesn't. What if we look up, what if we try searching for uranium power cell fuel rod? No, it just takes us to the same place. Okay. So this is what the internet's good for. Let's check our, let's see, how much power do you get from from a uranium fuel cell in Satisfactory? Okay, one uranium fuel rod produces 750,000 megajoules of energy, which powers a single for 5 minutes. A consistent output of 2,500. So we're 2,500. I'm going to write this down. So uranium gives us 2,500. And if we then plutonium, I believe plutonium is the sweet spot. Huh? Oh, it's just longer. Is Fixium the same? So the nuclear reactors only produce that much. It's just the length of time that, uh, let's see, Fixium. Yes. Okay. So nuclear power plants are 2,500. It's just the length of time that each fuel cell runs for. Um, like you only get a minute out of the fixium. You get let's see, 10 minutes off of plutonium, and then you get hang on. So plutonium. I'm writing this stuff down for myself. Plutonium is 10 minutes, and then fixium was how long? 1 minute. And then uranium is 5 minutes. Yeah, so why would you do... Oh, because if you want to burn off the plutonium, the fixium is the only way to burn clean. Because the other part of the plutonium processing is that sorry, my brain just shut down for a second. Let's have a sip of coffee, see if we can't jumpstart it. All right. If you're burning off plutonium fuel cells, the only way to burn clean is to have the fixium downstream of that to burn off the plutonium toxic waste or yeah. So that is how that ends up working. Oh wow, we're almost done with these already. I forgot how fast this line is. It's a really fast line. We only need 12 more and we're done there. Are we still making nuke pasta or we're still waiting on copper powder? We're still waiting on copper powder. So that one's not great. Our assembly directors are being produced. I think this adaptive control unit is run out of something. Computers. Yeah, we're going to be computer locked for a little bit because we've only got one manufacturer making computers right now. Let's go check that out and see if we can't bump that a bit. Maybe we can split that to make it so that one is feeding our supercomputers and then one is being exported instead. Because that is a bit of a problem. And it's over here. Might run out of power. Nope, we're good. Yeah. What are we doing here? So I am... Oh, no, we're out of parts. What are we out of? No, we're not out of parts. What is this empty belt? Just an empty belt? No. Why do I have... That's weird. It only takes 3 parts in. Why do I have this extra belt? Maybe it was a different recipe before. What's in here? Nothing. It's dumb. Let's get rid of that. I may have switched recipes or something, or maybe that was another thing from the release, is that they changed the computer recipe. I don't know. But we're pretty well stocked here. We're not starving for resources, so I don't think I feel bad about adding another manufacturer here. Let us see. If I want to do a vertical load balance, oh, let's kill this belt. belt and this belt. Let's do our lifts with splitters. Oops. Two, 3, 4. Make sure our inputs are coming to the front. We'll add I don't know. Of course, that's not going to work on straight, curve, or default. So we need to lift that and see if our belt will connect on this weird angle. If not, we'll have to reroute the belt. Okay, we're rerouting the belt. Alright, darling. Let's go output from there. Let's go straight this time. Bring you to there. This will be close enough. Lift you to there. And then in you go straight. There we go. You, I'm betting we're going to have to fix as well. I'm going to do yours a little different. Start you with a lift. Because I think I do believe I can get a belt. Can't get a straight belt there, but I think let's just do a curve one. That looks nice. And then finally our plastic, this one we can just go straight in. Let's go. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're back in business there. Then we want to come up. I'm going to go ahead and use a wall to bring this up another level. Sorry, I haven't been watching my chat. Dual stick work for farm sim and out of ore. I don't know which one that is. The one that I ended up getting for farm sim was the Thrustmaster farm stick. Because that one already has like a lot of mappings that work for farm sim. And you don't have to remap a bunch of stuff. I don't know anything about the 16K one. I'm sure it'd work. The Thrustmaster sticks are really good, and they're known for their versatility. And they've been around since like video games started. Like I remember Thrustmaster was like when I was doing flight sims back in the 80s, in early 90s. The flights, that's when the Flight 6 were, those were like the expensive ones to get. If you really wanted to have some realism. And that's, I think, where they got their name from, is because they used to be really focused on flight simulators. Which, you know, if you know that thrust is one of those components of flight. Alright, well, I don't need to adjust my power down here. We're actually making a second floor. And I need let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1, 2, 3. 4. And time to do some landscaping. Chainsaw. This is... Oh, did I grab more obelisks? I did. Okay. Don't want to use my pulse ones if I don't need to. There we go. We did the... That's kind of like hillbilly fishing, right? So... Throw a stick of dynamite in the water and just scoop up the fish. Let's see. Then... I really guess I could have done that on 4 plates instead of 5. Let's have this centered in here is weird. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this factory here, but in case we do, I'm going to keep... I didn't quite get that lined up right, did I? Nope. Let's try that again. Oh, going up. Let's... That way we can nudge it. I'll lock it down. See... Okay, yeah, we're out of alignment this way. That looks good that way. This way, I think... If I nudge it... I think that looks lined up that way. Okay, we'll go there. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to have to figure out how we're bringing these resources up. And... I think I want to do is I'm going to line up... I'm going to use the 3 ports on this side. The reason I'm doing that is because I think they're going to shift over one. Wow, is that really what I have set there? That's ridiculous. Logistics, floor hole, this should be 9. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and set this to the center of the plate out here. Give us some logistics room. Do that here and here. I feel like when I created these factories, I wasn't thinking about expansion. This is going to be an important kind of new setup for the city planning idea, because the idea will be that you'll have a block factory that's going to produce 1 item. Seriously, come on, man. You're killing me. What? Why? Why? Why can't you do that? Why is that an invalid shape? It looks perfectly fine. Killing me, Smalls. Let's see. I have power poles on 1. I'm going to switch that to stackables on 1. Kind of like having stackables on 1 because I use this more. 2, 2. Can I run a belt to here at least? Yes, thank you. You're a sweetheart. pain in the ass that was. Is this going to be the same deal? Are you going to give me shit too? Yes. What a pain in the butt. Fine. You know what, we're gonna... Of course, I just filled that up with crap. I know. I know what we're gonna do. Delete you. Run you this way. And we're gonna come off of this side instead. Which is gross. Oh, you really do not like this distance. Alright. Plan B. I do not like the way this is shaping out. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift our manholes over. I don't know, do they still call them manholes? I feel like that's not a PC name for those anymore. I guess these are technically conveyor holes, but what do they call them? Conveyor lift floor holes. Move CLFH. That's even a mouthful to say. There's no easy way of saying that. Floor holes. We're gonna move our floor holes. Oh no, just the word floor holes. I don't know. Feels like saying glory hole or something like that. You know, it just doesn't. You know, it doesn't seem right. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need more coffee. More coffee. Where's my coffee cup? Oh, that's good. Okay. We might have to do 2 cups of coffee today. Let's see. Alright. This was cable. I don't think anything went into the machine yet because we don't have it powered yet. So I could change this layout, but I think this is going to work for us. Yes. That's what I wanted. Thank you. And then, and actually I probably didn't even need to do the loopy-loop. I bet you I can go straight in now. We're going to find out right here, because I need this to work. Not on straight, not on curve, but default does. Okay, as long as I can do it one of the modes, I'm happy camper. Of course, yeah, that's gonna be gross, but you know what? We can always fix that one later. Alright, so we have all 3 inputs. We should have a recipe, and we just need power. For power, I think I'm gonna do... How do I want to power this? Well, we're doing wall up the side. Let's go ahead and continue this thought up. And throw a floor over the top. And then we need our wall socket. Power, we'll do, we just need a Mark 1 wall outlet. Center that, just, we do that, it clips into the floor. So we go down 1 from the floor. That gives us a nice height there. We're gonna go from here to there. And then we're going to grab another one of these, put it up here. Same thing, there's our clip, down 1, 2, there. Then for here, we go from the machine up to this floor. So usually what I do is I center it I bring my drops, I look at which. Now I can. No, I can't. Okay. Um, can I nudge these? I could line these up a little better. I thought control was supposed to give me a little bit finer grain. So shift. Oh, no. So I can pick which one I like the alignment of better. So I can pick A or B there. It really doesn't matter. It's just whichever one you feel. Oh my gosh. I had it all set to where I was just going to click it and I hit the wrong thing. I think I'm going to go with that one. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever aesthetic you like. Alright, so we should be powered now. We should have items. Yeah. Are we not going? This is not supposed to be screws. I screwed up. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's what was coming in here. Circuit boards. Why do I have screws coming in here? I don't need screws for anything. Oh, this is screwed up. That's what's wrong. Oh. We don't need this one at all. We can take a whole stop out of our, just stop doing that. And then here, I don't, yeah, I don't know why. That just seems so strange. That had to have been an old recipe, which means we could, the station doesn't even have to exist anymore. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. We've got to pull this whole conveyor belt out and relay it in. We can, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this out too. Because it's all full of the wrong part. Lovely. Alright. Wow. Okay then. What's in here? Plastic. Alright. I know how we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, we're going to have to redesign most of these factories when we do our city layout too. And we'll get them onto a better train network as well. Because I'm not, because we're gonna change our train systems. We're basically gonna rebuild the whole stupid thing. And we do our trains, and we're gonna do that. So last time we talked about doing a single line for distance travel on a train, and then dual lines when we get close. I guess Skittles is up this morning. Hi, Skitty. Yep, he's saying hello. Can't really hear him today, can you? I'm just checking my meter. I see you can't really hear. Of course, when I quit talking, he quit whistling. Oh, alright. There go the deer. We got deer crossing the street. No, I can't tell if you can hear him or not. Someone told me you can hear him, but maybe it's only when I'm talking. But I do talk a lot, so. That's why I stream, because I talk a lot. Alright. This is probably our circuit. Yes, this is our circuit boards. This is the part we actually need being brought in, but we don't need them here. We need them over here. So let's reroute this, and I want to do this a different way. I think. Do I? I will do it a different way. But I'm going to leave this part the same. So that's going to be the same. Do the same floor hole here like that. And then to bring that up to that level. Ooh, it's a little bit tight. I have my little dotted line thing that tells me I'm lined up. I'm not quite close enough for it to auto connect, so I'll throw a belt in there. And that's why you want to see that dotted line, because those short belts can really only run straight. Now I have a nice clean way of getting in here. I can put a lift on the bottom side of that, and then I can run this belt out to the end of my platform nice and straight. And I do want straight. And as long as I don't see a curve on the end, so if I start switching, you're going to see if I go to either side, it's going to bend. So as long as I don't see a bend on the end, I'm good. That's nice and clean there. Then if I come out of here in that same straight mode, I'm still a little bit too long. We can do... I don't want to clip that belt. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out to... If I was in line with him, drop straight down, and then come a little bit short like that. Then throw a lift up to that level. And this should be a lot cleaner belt. I almost got that lined up right. So off a little bit. But it's still much cleaner, no clipping. And now we're producing computers again. To here. Then what we did with this one, we came down here. We've got to reverse that so that that is an input. Throw a belt in here. That needs to be default. And we finish that off with a lift here. That one automatically switched because now it has a direction already set. And should... I think we used all of our... Nope. We've got... There we go. And are we green? We're green. That's great. And then this one, I'm going to send directly to our... Huh. Throw a merger in. Not crazy about how this is routed, but I want to keep clean lines, so I'm going to insert here. We're going to do some clearing here. use a 4-hole here and input, yep, just like that. Let's come down. Don't want to be at that level, I want to be up there. And then I want to be in straight mode, and I don't think, yeah, that'll work. That's fine. Now, if I wanted this to be a little bit cleaner, I could put a lift there to avoid this little bit of clipping. But I think we're okay there. The important thing is we're getting more computers delivered now. That's really what we wanted. We wanted to double up on that. This one I have overclocked. Don't know if I want to overclock this one. Not sure. I am going to put my leftovers back into the stations. That goes in there. That goes in there. That goes in here. Sort that back out. The other thing that we can do to use this plastic up, and we're going to use it more here. Let's reroute this belt. And we're going to make this a little bit cleaner so that we can do some more cool stuff. I want it to be at the level of this container to make our life easier. I don't know if that's going to make it easy enough. Then I'm going to keep that on straight. And then I want to put in a priority merger here. Oops, wrong thing. And that'll let us do that there. Then we're going to belt this in. And we're going to set the right input as the high priority. That means it's going to pull from here before it pulls from the station. And that will empty out this container. And then once this is empty, we can wipe it off of the, wipe it out of the factory. Or we can leave it there, it doesn't matter. It'll just be an empty container. But we're prioritizing that now. Okay, how are we doing on delivery? We are done with our second part now. Our magnetic field generators are done. Yay. We are halfway, we are over halfway to phase 5 now. The next part that is slowly coming in, we're not even halfway there yet, and we keep getting kind of locked by this, is our copper powder. I do believe we are underutilizing our copper node over here. We may, since we're going to pull all this down anyways, are we locked up here? That looks suspect. What are we doing here? Are you going? Are you not going? You are going. Okay. Just not used to seeing trains backed up there. Ooh. Well, let's take a sip of coffee while we think about what we're doing here. Copper. Copper, copper, copper. Look at copper. This is our copper facility over here. And yes, we are definitely not completely utilizing this node. So it's time to go vert. Let's take our... Wow, okay. We're definitely using some copper sheet somewhere though. Where are we using that at? Up here. This is going full tilt on rotors. Full tilt on rotors. Okay, that's the only thing we're using that copper node for. That seems like a brilliant idea. I think I might steal one of these lines completely for copper powder. Because I don't think we need all this. Let's kill that one. Let's actually... I don't want to produce any more of this, so we need to clean these out. Switch these to copper powder. And then let's do this. This is, if you ever need to clean out a merger manually, this is an easy way to do it. I'll go ahead and keep going until we don't get any more. There we go. That merger's cleaned out. And now, we gotta run some conveyor up to a warehouse line, I think, is what we want to do. Warehouse line. Where do I have a warehouse line? I think I took this line out. I used to have a line coming all the way over. Why? I don't understand why I am bringing in iron ingot like that. I think I was planning on doing something with that, but for some reason I didn't do it. So, I don't know. We're getting more coupons, I guess, because of all the part sinking that we're doing. Got 51. It's not a lot. Our city layout, when we do that, all the factories are going to have a small central storage sort line and oh, I wonder if that's going to repopulate because of the way we have this built. That's probably why I had that plate down there, but oh shoot, I didn't we went all the way over to the warehouse and I didn't grab I didn't figure out which line was our feed line here. Well, probably that one that all the ingots was on, which is this one. So we could probably just push through this container here as an input buffer. That'll work. That'll get us through. Actually, we could use this warehouse. I think I have some empty containers in here that I'm not using. This one is empty. No, that has ingots going into it. Why, I don't know. Just got one little smelter on the side that's just pushing ingots in there. And then this one is empty. So let's use this one. Then we're going to come over the top and we'll go to the top floor on that one. To try and avoid Let's see if we can straight belt that to the building. Not quite there. It's kind of ugly. Let's go the other direction. Except that belt's too long, isn't it? Just a smidge. Let's do, golly. Go here, and then here. Is that more better? I thought it, you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough for what we're doing. Again, we're gonna redo a bunch of this stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy there, killer. I don't know where you thought you were going. But that was the incorrect answer. Oh, that ended up going, no? Where was that going so quick? It was going somewhere. And it was going there on a mission. Maybe I killed it before it got to where it was going. I didn't really take a look to see. That was weird. Okay, well, I don't. This is so weird. Some of the setup just baffles me. Alright. This one we're going to switch back to default because this is not going to be a pretty belt to get over there. What? Surface uneven. Absolutely, of course, I had to land it on the rock. There's like one rock there, and I landed it on the rock. There, okay. I'll go ahead and send this over max elevation for a default belt. Iron node we're not even using. Not quite there yet. There we go. Boom. And now we should be mixing in. Oh. Yeah, that should be. There it goes. That should end up getting sorted out to our. Make your pasta. Which we are running again. But now we should have a bit of a constant feed. It may be a little slow, because we're only running 3 constructors, but it's gonna tap out our smelters on that side for sure. Which is gonna draw more, and I don't have a belt balancer set up on that to compensate for the extra usage there. But yeah, you can see we've already tapped out these 3 smelters. I could end up, I think what I'm going to do is switch this out from a load balancer to a sushi belt. I only want a little bit of ore. For these 3 smelters. So I'm going to kill this belt. This belt. And then I'm going to dump any ore I picked up from killing a belt in here. That. I'm going to go ahead and send that out. And send this out. And send this out. This one's done. This one's done. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab splitters. And I'm gonna go just down the line. See if I can't get them to line up. It's a little bit hard because I'm not using floors. So I might have to do a little bit of finessing here to get the belts. You know, shoot. You know what? I think I'm gonna let these run out. And I'm just gonna do them right. Put some foundations underneath these, get them lined up correctly, and get them working the way we want. Oh, we have finished our MFG line. And I didn't take it out of the little checklist. Let's do that while we're waiting for those to run out. So yay, we get this one done. Alright. We are almost into our new phase 5 in our where we'll start with our city planning and getting some of our final upgrades rocking out. I'm trying to remember, I think there's only... Well, this is going to take a minute to run out. Trying to remember, I think there's only one tier in phase 5. Take a quick look and go, but we need to go all the way back to the hub for that. Alright, let's see. We have... Yeah, just tier 9 to do, and so we'll have a few things in tier 9 to complete. And I don't remember how many were in there. But we'll find out when we unlock phase 5 in a little bit. As soon as we get more computers in here for that. I thought I had a bunch of computers sit somewhere. Is it up? We might have computers sitting up there. I may have moved them all already. That's how I got so many assembly directors in there. Let's see. Let me take a quick trip up here. Yeah. And we'll take our cannon on the way back because I set a cannon up here for that because I haven't shown you how well the new cannons work. I set the other cannon way over. That cannon there is a bit of a super cannon. That's going to send us like all the way over to the other side of the map. Really high up in the air too. So it'll be a good way for us to see the whole map. So maybe we'll do one launch off of that today as we start talking about our city planning. Right now we're just trying to get out of phase 4. We're over halfway there. I'm getting excited about it because we have our lines working for the most part. We're just trying to speed them up a little bit. Don't have any coal coming in here. Alright, no. I used to have a container out here that had computers in it. I must have used it up. I'm pretty sure. What are these containers full of? We might priority merge some of this stuff into quartz crystal. Quartz crystal. Am I using quartz crystal anywhere here? No. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Plastic. Plastic. That was for computer use. Yeah. Well, that's a thing. Alright, well, I don't know. I don't know. So maybe we don't have computers stashed somewhere. Alright. There's our base. You can kind of see a little bit of our offshore stuff out there. And you can't really see the grass fields. Oh, we overshot quite a bit. Oh, boy. I wasn't paying attention and went way over target. But you can see it kind of landed us right by where our other one is. So that one is good for sending like short hops to different areas. So I'm thinking that's going to be kind of like our city to city hop hypertube system, which will be pretty cool. That should get us quickly from spot to spot without having to hover fly too much. Trying to minimize the amount we have to hover fly between locations, because it's a little bit slow. Did we finish another hard drive and I missed it? Yes. Fused wire. Nah. Recycled rubber again. Rescan that. Steel cast plate. Ah. But Deuterium circuit boards. Now. That's an alternate recipe that could be useful. We're going to take this one. And we could switch over to that in the Silicon Valley, which we were just looking at. But I think we're doing okay there. We got lots of circuit boards here. Jeez, Pete's. We're making. Oh, good. Oh well, we needed that. Oh, we got computers delivered. Yay. Alright, so we should see these start clocking up. These are already backing up onto the belt. That's good. And yep, this is green, so this is working on an assembly director right now. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, 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 good. That makes me super happy. Now, oh, our smelter should be run out by now. Right. Almost forgot what we're trying to accomplish over here. Okay. Oh, not quite there yet. Over here. Everything's quiet over here. Good, 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 good. And pull him, and him out. And take this out. Okay. Now we can throw some foundations down, and instead of, oh, actually, our world grid looks pretty good, and that's our 2-hour mark. So we're going to be looking at wrapping up here soon. Actually, you know what? I want to bring these up a little bit more. Don't want them clipping into those. I will snap them to world grid though. So 6 world grid. Let's start from over there. There we go. Yes, I like that much better. We're still kind of working our way up the ramp there, but that's going to be great for what we're doing. We'll grab some of these. And I'm just going to start How am I going to want to do this? Let's go here. And I'm just going to throw 3 right next to each other like that. And go ahead and get that fired up like that. And need our sushi belts. Smelters, I feel, work really good on a sushi melt. I mean, you can load balance them, but I almost feel like it's not really needed. This is gonna suck. Alright, I'm gonna pull this one, and I'm gonna make my life easier. Turn that input this way. So I can do this. Yes. Square's not gonna work. That's default's the only one that's gonna work for that. That's fine, as long as it works. Then I can quick belt these together. And we just need power. Let's go ahead and put a power rail in. Oops, I didn't leave myself enough space for my power rail. Well, let's do it here. Oh, where it won't clip as much into our existing stuff. What? Turkey. 7. There we go. You know, I haven't tried putting a floor above these to see if this actually lines up well or not. I'm just gonna let that float. This is probably not going to be a permanent structure here either. We are going to do something with this, just probably not what we're currently doing. We'll get this working a little bit different. I'm just going to gross belt these together like that. Kind of go back to what we had before. Eventually what we'll end up doing is I'll probably move that to a load balance off of a single merge belt off of the 3 of those so that I can extend that, because right now the way it's set up I can't really extend this easily. Yep. But that should give us more copper powder coming. Does it really take that many? Wow, it does take a lot, doesn't it? Alright. Once these fill up, I think we're going to extend this. Which means I should take... Alright. I'm going to rebuild these 3 as well. Because it's just, I don't know, at some point the grossness just gets to you and you've got to make it better. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm tired of looking at Gross Factory. I'm going to use 2 plates for logistics, and then I'll put that in there. And our whole logistics model is going to have to change for our city organization as well, because we're going to do a different kind of factory layout. Based on the AI suggestion. We're going to give it a try and see. I'm not convinced it's going to work as well as AI thinks it's going to, but it kind of makes sense. I think we're going to have one gross floor is what's going to happen. I think our logistics floor is going to be a nightmare, and then everything else will be fairly clean. Alright, I am going to merge into this line here. Keep hitting the wrong key. Yes, so I'm going to merge like that. And then I'm going to merge in. I don't need a merger there. I can belt into this one. I'm not going to go any further out that way. I'll do that. If I belt this in like that, and that, and that, and that, and I connect that, we'll be good. Let's change the recipe on these to copper powder, like that. And copy that, Control C, Control V, Control V, just like that. That can now be fed by that and load balanced out. And then we just need to power these. Let's do a simple power bar. Let's go with a short bar. Let's just do a little out front, like 4 meter. Let's go, yeah, let's just do a little 4 meter doohickey. We'll run it across the top like this, and out to the other side, and then back down to the plate like that. That's cute. And then bring it out like this, like this, like this. Connect those together. And then we've got a power pole somewhere buried in this mess. I can see the cables, there it is. I'll just wire back to that. And then we're off in to the races again on that. We can take this out now. Don't need to lift that up. We can put in another merger here. For these three. Belt it in. And deliver it. Bam. Now, we're maxed out on these. Now we can extend these easily. Two, 3 more. See where we're at ore-wise after that. We might have a trouble belting this together though, because of this hill. I think this is not gonna come together. Yeah. Yep, can't belt those together. We're gonna do, I think I'm gonna take this one out. Oh no, I still need, that one still needs to be that way. That's fine. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up with our sushi belt. And that first one will come in that way, this one will come in this way. And then from here we'll go up to the next floor, I think. If we want to extend it more. Then we'll put in a lift here. Should be able to belt that over. So belt-wise, we're going here to here. Here to here. Here to here. Ooh, yeah, that one just barely made it in. We almost had to go and do something crazy there too. I don't know how we would have done that, but that worked out good. Okay, we're gonna extend this out for power. And at this point, we're gonna bring it down. Just sink that into the ground. Then we need to power rail these together. Power rail. Pretty tight quarters in here with these. Oh, I'm out of. How am I out of cable? How did that happen? I guess I'm not pushing cable into my dimensional depot. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go grab some cable. Let's see. Cable is coming in. Oh. Are we out of cable down here too? Ooh. Maybe that's why we ran out in our dimensional depot. Zoinks. Jinkies. No, here we are. There's some cable we can steal. Steal like that. Won't impact us a bit. Alright, back over we go. When the lights go down in the city. Let's see. What did I do here? Well, that's just wrong. You're not right at all. You need to come under here. Wait, no. Here we go. That's what we wanted. Okay. Connect you to you. Then you to you. Then you to you. And we're powered. Why? Oh, I didn't put in the last belt. Okay. That will get those cranking. And I want mergers pushing in to this merger. Like a so. Alright. There we go. We just doubled our ingot output to our copper powder. Almost halfway done now with our nuke pasta. Our assembly rectors are well over halfway now. We're almost 3/5 of the way there. Fractions. And I'll tell you what, my coffee's gone. Sipped the last out of the cup there. So I think that's where we're gonna call it for this episode. We've increased our copper powder production so that we can make the nuke pasta faster. It's still not going to be quick. We're going to have to move on to our city planning while we finish phase 4, because these last couple parts are going to take a little bit. But yeah, look, we've got a good amount of copper powder coming in now. That's great. I still don't think we're going to keep from going idle because it takes a lot of copper powder for that to happen. But at least we're constantly feeding this now and it'll eventually get there. And I think we processed all the hard drives that I found off stream. Yes. Maybe. Do we have one more? Yep. We processed all or analyzed all those hard drives. So we're good there. We fixed our, we actually finished our magnetic, whatchamacallits, the magnetic field generators, and those are now being backed up. So we're all set there. I mean, technically, because we're thinking about striking this whole factory and moving the space elevator, we could start deconstructing this, but before we do that, we need to figure out our city plan. And with the city plan, I did promise we were going to take a super look at from this cannon to kind of show what we can see of the world from there. So we'll do this as our parting shot. I need to switch jetpacks just in case. And off we go. Oops. Off we go. Boom. Alright, so we're going to put a city there. We've got our city there. We've got a city back there. You can see our world rail is there. We don't have anything out here yet, but we will. And then nuclear power is going to probably happen right out here on the edge of the fall. And out here, we're going to revamp this city out here. Kind of looking at the whole thing here. So we've got this city here that we're going to make, and then our offshore city. So you can see I've got already a double lined rail started there out by this city. The city's still pretty small, but this is going to be a good power source for us. It's where we're doing our aluminum, and we come back around to this city. So that's like the whole world. Wow, I did a whole world tour on one launch. That's insane. Oh, okay. Minimal damage. No, I'm out of your face. There's a spitter over there that always pops up. We made eventually to safeguard our cities. We will probably, and it'll be kind of cool with our city layouts. We'll do like some asphalt streets and stuff, and um, be able to park some of our vehicles around. We'll put our Cybertruck out in front. Um, we're definitely we'll have a separate city for the space elevator, which will be off that southern shore. And yeah, so that I've got a few different cities planned. We'll name them accordingly, and we will discuss all of that next time as we get ready to enter into phase 5. And I think we're going to be, I'd like to finish with us being halfway on the nuclear pasta if we can. Let's see how yep, it's almost done delivering one more. Oh, we're already there. We're halfway there. Perfect. All right, it's nap time then. Let's go take our nap. Where's our llama? Where's my llama? Oh, there's my llama. Okay. All right, we're going to go snuggle with llama and take a little happy nappy. Until next time, I am Senior Honcho. Thank you for all the clicky things you do on your side, the follows, the likes, the whatevers. And um, keep building, stay efficient. Again, I'm Senior Honcho. Thank you very much.